That's my wedge. Yo, man, I was just chilling out here trying to take care of some business. And I'm in the taxpaying, well, actually in the license office. See? And I'm in my sandals. Yeah, I work in my sandals, real talk. But yo, something was on my heart about this Michael Jackson situation. I wanted to clear out. Yeah, I need a haircut, man. I look woofing today, but it is what it is. But yo, I wanted to say, man, what if Michael was guilty? Because I'm starting to see a whole lot of celebrating of Michael now and comparing him to a lot of other black stars that's being blackballed and stuff like that, losing money and contracts. Well, I want to make it clear I don't think Michael's guilty, even though I don't know I wasn't there. But the one thing I do want to say, clear my own self, is that I want to mention the negativity about Michael. First of all, music itself, he's the king of music. And music itself is haram in Islam. It is something that is used by the devil. And it's very, very unpopular for a righteous man. That's the first thing. Second thing is him choosing a career of music over everything else. Marriage and him being so successful at that was actually a curse on him. Curse don't mean that you're going to hell, but a curse just means something that keeps you blind to the fact that you could be serving God, but you're serving something else. When you're blind to that, you're cursed. You're not doing what you should be doing spiritually. Number three, his choice of companions. He was around a lot of crooked people, besides the kids that he was around. Um, he wasn't always around kids. He was a kid. And even in his older days, when I first fell in love with his style, it was back in 80, 84, 85, something like that. Thriller. I was about 10 years old. And he wasn't hanging with kids then. If it was on the, not on the media, but he was hanging with people who were treating him like a kid. And there were people who were running this world right now and do a lot of injustice to him, to not only him but many stars. Um, all the people who we claiming now is the Illuminati and all of this secret stuff. Those people were free to do whatever they wanted in a time, and that time they had Michael Jackson, and they was using him and abusing him and doing whatever they want. So he went through that time period. This was way before he was accused of dealing with children, and this was way before he had a chance to start hanging with children. And I just think it was strange that he went through what he went through, and then he turned around and started hanging around children after he was accused of doing what they did to him, what they do to everybody in that industry. Not everybody, but everybody who's been abused and come out some type of corrupted way, mentally, physically, spiritually, is usually done by those people in that industry that I'm naming, who they call Illuminati now. But back then, it was just rich white people or rich Jews or rich whoever that was running the industry. Um, Also, on that note, his companions, him not being married. Marriage is half your um, half your belief, and from him not being married by choice for the sacrifice of his haram music career is another curse. Like I said, I'm not demonizing him. I'm not holding him responsible. Maybe he didn't know. God is all forgiving, most merciful. He forgives everyone, especially for those who don't know, those who are asleep, physically or mentally. You will be forgiven by God. But I'm just clearing it out to clear myself and my own conscience. And number 4 is his accusers. Everybody's jumping on his accusers now, and it don't sit right with me. Even if he's innocent, no one should jump on accusers or those who are accusing him unless they have proof against them, bona fide proof. And no one can prove that he didn't do it, just as well as no one can prove that he did it. Especially people like Oprah Winfrey and Macaulay Culkin and who was the other guy who said that he withdraws from supporting Michael. He was one of the kids that spent time with Michael, and he said he withdraws from supporting Michael or going against. He don't know, and he's not going to support. So Oprah basically isn't supporting Michael because she did a show against or with people that was against him. So she's not supporting either one. So if you're not for me, you're against me. That type of thing. But number 5, Michael has a mental illness, no doubt. That's what we see on the media anyway. And the thing that worries me is if he is guilty and people are making excuses for him, then it's going to hurt the progression of of the dismantle of corruption in this country, in this world. Every year we have a success in breaking down corruption, whether it's racist corruption or whatever. Even the homosexuality agenda is curved, even though it's growing, but it's curved and it's looked at in a different way now, where people's not gay bashing people and hurting people, but now people are not agreeing with homosexuality, but they have to respect the legal aspect and the moral aspect of the people who are involved in it. Whether they're wrong or right, we can't hurt people. And that will be stopped if we free Michael of these charges. If he's guilty, we're going to actually step back years if we let him get away with this. Something so sinister. And just because of music, which is, the Illuminati anyway. The music itself is mesmerizing and devilish. So if we let him free for the sacrifice of our love of music, we're going to step back in society, way back. Everybody's talking about. Finally, I'm going to end this video, but number 6 is clarification. Whether he did it or not, it needs to be clarified to the degree of some evidence. God doesn't like us to blame each other without proper evidence. And that's either way. If he did it, we need evidence. If he didn't do it, this is a very, very bad thing to blame him for. And we need evidence. Just like it's negative if he did do it, it's negative if he didn't do it. And we blame him. Because, the only evidence I see that's plain and simple is his mental state. He could have